to be open with you. I got lung during this retreat and still recovering from it. And some of you may know what lung is, others not so much. And since one newer resident recently asked me what is actually lung, I thought to share a little what I have learned so far and how to avoid it and how to go about it when you have it. Also, there are different forms of lung, also different ways how to get it, and many different ways how to overcome it. So my sharing will not fit it all, and please don't expect it. It's just an introduction into that topic. If you wish to learn more, then ask our teacher, or what I really recommend is a reading by Venerable Lundrup Ningzhe from FPMT. And she has 12 years of retreat experiences and did a very elaborated, wonderful, nice explanation on this topic. So how and why do we get lung? During a long deity retreat, we have the opportunity to focus consistently on one deity practice, to develop love, compassion, wisdom, to get a bit closer to awakening. But first of all, to let go of our usual Shiva mind, also our habit from our worldly ways of doing things with lots of attachment to the 8 worldly concerns may carry over into our retreat. So because we are very habituated and we are unaware of our behavior. So for example, we may have the intention to approach our meditation in a perfect manner in order to achieve something such as mantra recitation in a very short time, or perfect visualization, or we try to put in between sessions our study goals, plans, or other projects maybe that come up, and we don't have enough time to relax, to rest. But to rest, to relax is important during a long retreat. Otherwise, we may get lung. So lung is basically an overstressed nervous system. It can happen to experienced as well as new practitioners. And we can also get lung in daily life, so an unbalanced, overstressed lifestyle. So Venerable Ningzhe compares getting lung to an athlete who strained a muscle and then has to rest for a while to let the muscle heal. So here we don't strain a muscle, but our nervous system. So lung can be severe, but in most cases it's not. It's something where we just have to relax, slow down, or stop for a while and listen to what our body and mind is telling us, trying to tell us. So the general symptoms of lungs is a congested qi in our heart chakra. So one may feel pain in the chest, pressure, as if one of our kitties is sitting on it all the time. We may have back pain, one may feel depressed, mentally unstable, having a lack of mental clarity, feelings of hostility, lethargy or agitation. Often it's a very negative mindset, and Venerable Ningzhe writes, a nagging obsession that won't go away. So maybe some of you feel familiar with that, or it's good to hear about it for future retreats or daily life. So she continues, in 1991 in Dharamsala, Kirti Tangab Rinpoche told us that faith and intention are the main ingredients of tantric practice. This is so important. Not understanding this is a major factor in production of lung in retreat. We just have to set our intention and then have faith that the practice is happening. We get too serious and try very hard to see all the details of the mandala and say thousands of mantras a day, thinking more is better and expect immediate results, so that will get us lung. So basically our mind is overactive. Geshe Rabten and Genlang Rinpa even said once, Westerners have all some form of lung, as our minds are too fast because we grew up with machines and computers. According to them, we all have chronic lung. So there are 2 kinds of lung, chronic lung and acute lung. Ptsd is, for example, a form of chronic lung. There is this distinction. And so chronic lung is what I just mentioned through long life habits, lifestyles, PTSD and such. But acute lung comes from concentrating too hard on the mandala, or reciting the mantras too fast, or working too fast, too hard in our service at our jobs, or even stress in our relationships. So according to Wenma-Schötrin and Wenma-Ningzhe, acute lung can be remedied through rest, through Tibetan medicine, for example. There are also herbs in the West, such as nutmeg, that you can use. So we are talking about acute lung here and not about chronic lung. Chronic lung may even need a psychotherapeutic support. So basically, what we have to do to overcome acute lung is to relax. We need to stop to force ourselves to do the right visualization, the right amount of mantras, the right speed to recite it. Wenma-Schötrin, often in and outside retreat, reminds us that keeping a stable mind is most important. So it's like the Buddha's story about the lute or sitar player. So there was a sitar player who was discouraged with his meditation practice and went to the Buddha to ask for instruction. The Buddha asked, "What happens when you tune your instrument too tightly?" The musician replied, "The strings break." "And what happens when your string is too loosely? When it's too loose, no sound comes out." The musician answered, "The string that produces a tuneful sound is not too tight and not too loose." That, the Buddha said, is how to practice, not too tight and not too loose. So basically, on or off the cushion, that's our job, to practice gently but firmly. And when we get a tight feeling in our chest or agitated, we need to stop and listen what our body tries to tell us and look into our mental patterns. Wenma-Schötrin gave me some advice that I also read and heard from Tibetan teachers, how to work with lung I would like to share for future prevention. We need to remain joyful and relaxed. We have to let ourselves feel the happiness and joy in everyday life. But the key to meditation is to relax, to be free from constant thinking, to laugh, to look at the stars, she mentioned, to jump and hop, to sleep enough. So these are Wenma-Schötrin's key instructions. And if it's getting really bad, like you get really this pain in your heart all the time, even when you recite the mantra, then you focus on your navel and get a sense of space, she says, and think of the deity in front of you, sending all the blessings and inspirations. And Wenma-Ningzhe mentioned that to ask for blessing, ask for inspiration from the deity or the Buddhas. She encourages too to ease up on the visualization. So what I really find helpful is to support that through yoga practices and breath work. I really benefited from that during that retreat and learned a lot about it. It's really good to breathe and relax before starting the sadhana as well. So also, all our teachers always emphasize strongly on setting a bodhicitta motivation and combine our practice with the teachings on Lamrim, because that will give our retreat great meaning. Even so, it's not perfect. And as Wenma-Ningzhe emphasizes, retreat is not about how many sessions you do a day, how many mantras you do a day. Retreat is about experiencing your blissful, spacious, empty mind, familiarizing yourself with the Lamrim and cutting mundane conceptions. Retreat is about changing your habits of being, thinking, doing. So the real goal of our retreat practice should be to attain awareness all day long, to be relaxed, open, attentive, and joyful. And that will even boost our immune system, because all our actions will be in accordance to what is most beneficial to our own awakening and be of most benefit to everybody else. So maybe strive for that. Thank you.